Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be showing you guys what we did in our last coding class. So let's get started. So the first thing that we did is we added another screen, and we're going to go to the far right, and we're going to name that screen characters. All right, and then what we're going to do is we are going to go to add components, and we are going to add a row. Then we are going to add 3 columns. And also for the row, make sure the height and width is fit contents. Have the columns side by side. And then what you're going to do is going to go to add components, and you're going to add in an image inside each of the columns. Make sure that you're taking the image and you're placing it inside the columns. All right, and then the next thing that you're going to do is going to press on the image, and you're going to make the height and width. You're going to make that 50. Perhaps it says a 50. Oh, sorry, relative. It's actually 70. I was just double checking. So I'm going to put that on to 70. For all the images. Height and width are both 70. And absolute size. Then we're going to go back to components, and you're going to look up a label, and you're going to bring the label inside each of the columns as well, underneath each of the images. Then you're going to go to components, and you're going to look up buttons, and you're going to bring a button underneath each of the labels. All right, and then for the images, I used I copied the link addresses of images, and I put them into the chat. But if you need the images, I can give them to you next class. But I'm just going to go ahead and put the links into the file source. So here are the links, the images. So here's a link to the giraffe. So to add the image, I'm going to press on the image component on the screen, and I'm going to go to the far right, and underneath the picture where it says like no file source, I'm going to paste the link, and then it will appear. So I'm doing that for each of the characters. So we have a giraffe, a koala, and a turtle. Let's go ahead and add this in. All right, the next thing you're going to do is where it says label, you're going to write the name of each of the characters. So underneath the giraffe, I'm going to write giraffe, and then koala, I'm going to write koala there. And underneath the turtle, you're going to write turtle. And also, it does not matter the order of the characters that you have. I think during class I had the koala bear at the end, but it's okay what order you put it in. All right, and then for where it says button, you're going to backspace, and where it says button, and you're going to write learn more. Each of the buttons, learn more, and learn more. All right, and then so you're going to press on the buttons, and underneath each of the characters with the buttons, you're going to make the button the color of what you would associate with the animal. So I associate like a yellow color with the giraffe. So I'm going to press on the button, go to the far right, and where it says background color, I'm going to make that a yellow color. And then I'm also choosing to just make the text color black so that you can see it better. And then underneath the koala bear, I kind of associate that with like a blue color. So I'm leaving that the way it is. And then for the turtle, I associate that with a green color. So I'm just going to make that green. All right, so I'm just going to do a live test to just see how that looks. All right, so as you can see here, the head of the giraffe is cut off. So I'm going to show you guys how to fix that. So you're going to press on the image that is like kind of cut off, and you're going to press the image that is cut off, and then you're going to go to picture resize mode, and you're going to press contain. So then when you test it again, it should fit. And also in the preview area over here, it does look like the words are cut off, but when you do the live test, it will all fit correctly. So the only thing that you have to resize is the image. So just press the image, then you're going to press contain. All right, and then the next thing you're going to do is going to go to the blocks. And oh, sorry, I forgot to say before you go to the blocks, so you're going to press on the button. And so on each of the buttons, make sure that you label it so you can keep everything organized. So like underneath the giraffe, we're going to write button giraffe. Underneath the koala, you're going to write button koala. Underneath the turtle, you're going to write button turtle. Then you're going to go to the blocks. And so the button giraffe, so what we're going to do is first press on button giraffe with the first block, bring that in. And so how we want this to work is, I'm just going to do a live test to show you, is when you press on the button, we want to go to a screen that explains a little bit more about the character of the giraffe. So to do that, we are going to add another screen, and we're actually going to add a screen for each of the characters. So we're going to add 3 more screens. The first screen, I'm going to make that screen giraffe. So press on the screen, go to the design, go to the far right, and then make that screen giraffe. Next screen, make that screen koala. And then the last screen, you're going to make that screen turtle. All right, and then you're going to go to screen characters again, press on the giraffe. Go to the screen characters and go to the blocks. So we're going to have when button giraffe clicks, all right, and then we're going to go to control, click the first block, bring that in, and where it says screen 1, you're going to press the drop down and say screen giraffe. I'm going to duplicate this by right clicking on it, and then with the drop down, you're going to say when button koala click, navigate to screen koala. Click again. And when it says button turtle, I'm going to navigate to screen turtle. All right, and then I'm going to live test to see, make sure this is working. So when you press on the buttons, it should just be a white screen. That means it works. All right, so now we're going to work on these screens here. So I'm going to screen giraffe, going to the design part. And what we're going to do is we are going to bring in a column. And then you're going to bring in an image. Going to bring in a row. And inside the row, we're going to bring in 2 buttons. Which name one button, you're going to say button, actually sitting right on the text, you're going to write back. The other button to the left, you're going to write start, and make sure that you're labeling your buttons. So after you write inside the text, you're going to go above it, go to where it says button, and you're going to write button start. Another one, you're going to write button back. And then you're going to press in the row, and you're going to, for the height and width, you're going to make it fit contents. And then you're going to bring the row and put it underneath the whole row. So make sure it's like highlighted in red, and you're going to bring the whole row underneath the image, or bring the image on top, just so it looks like this. And you're going to look for a label. Bring the label in on top of the row. And then, so we're going to press on the image, and now we're going to add our image of the giraffe. So going back to my slides, I'm going to get the image of the giraffe. So press on the image, go to the far right, in the file source, we're going to paste the image in there. And then the picture resize mode, you're going to press on contain. And then the label, you're going to write the personality of the giraffe. So what I did is I'm going to put the personality, and then you guys can write it down. All right, so here I have the personality of the giraffe, which I'm going to paste into the text. So patient, clever, and intelligent. You can write that down in your label. And then now we're going to go to the blocks. And you're going to press on button back, get the first block, bring that in, and then control. We're going to do navigate, and another thing that you can do is if you go to the game screen, the place where we have our game, that pops up, you can press OK or cancel if it says Thunkable is auto-saving. But you're going to go to our screen with the game, and you're going to rename the screen to say screen game. Then going back to our giraffe screen, go into the blocks, and you're going to say when button back click, navigate to screen game. And we're going to duplicate these blocks, and then you're going to press the drop down, and you're going to have it say when button start click. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say. So when button start click, go to screen game. Sorry about that. So when button start click, navigate to screen game, and then when button back click, navigate to screen characters. So when you live test, it should look like this. So when you press back, it will bring you here, and then you press start, it will bring you to the game. All right, and then now we're going to do a similar thing with the screen koala. So go into the design, look up the column, look up image, row, bring a row in on top, look up button, bring in 2 buttons, pressing the button on the right and the left, do back, and then also rename. We already had a button named button back, so I'm making this one named back button in order for it to save, and then on the left, we're going to have it start. Hit this start button, then press on the row, make the height and width fit contents, bring the image on top of the row, button, and then where it says components, you're going to search your label, and bring the label in between the image and the row. Then I'm going to bring in a picture of the koala over here. Press on the image, and then where it says picture, underneath where it says picture, the file source, paste the link, and then we're going to do a similar code as well. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to the blocks, and then again, we're just going to go to the start button, get the first block, then we're going to go to control, and hit the second block and bring that inside. So when start button click, navigate to screen game, then we're going to right click on that, duplicate it. Second one will say, when that button click, navigate to screen characters. So you should have blocks that look like this. So when you live test, when you press the back button, it will bring you to the characters. When you press the start button, it will bring you to the game. All right. You're going to do the same thing with the screen turtle. So we're here on screen turtle, so you're going to go to the search bar, and you're going to look for a column, bring that onto the screen. Then you're going to look for the image, bring that onto the screen. Then you're going to look for a row, bring that in on top of the image. Then you're going to look for a button. You're going to drag 2 of those onto the screen. Then you are going to write back on one of them. Then you're going to write start on the other one. And then make sure you also rename the button. This is going to be, I'm going to name this back facing the back. And then just going back facing this, name start. And again, if you already have a back button and start button for a different button, it won't let you rename it to that name. So in order for it to save, I'm just using slightly different names for each button. And then you're going to press on the row, and for the height and the width of each of this row here, you're going to make it fit contents. All right, and then you're going to put the image on top of the row, and then you're going to go to add components, and you're going to look for a label. You're going to put the label in between the image and the row, and then when it says label, I'm going to backface on that, and I'm going to give you guys the label. So 1 second, please. All right, and so here is the label that I put inside of the label. So if you want to write that down in your label as well. And then for the image, I'm going to get the link for that. So this is the link to the image of the turtle. All right, and then you're going to go to picture size mode, and you're going to make it contain. Press on the back button. And all right, so you named everything that we need to. All right, so now we're going to code the blocks for this page, similar to the other pages of the characters. We're going to go to where it says back, or back button, get the first block, go to controls, get the first block, and when the back button clicks, you want to go to the screen characters, these blocks, and then when the start button clicks, I want to navigate to the game. All right, so then let's go and do a live test. So again, when you press the back button, it will take you to the characters. When you press the start button, it will bring you to the game. All right, and that is what we did in the last class. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something new. And I'm excited to see you in the next video or the next coding class. Bye.